7 states may lose federal funding for refusing to comply with standards set to curb sexual assault in prisons. The Department of Justice has threatened to withdraw money from Texas, Arizona, Florida, Indiana, Nebraska, Idaho, Utah and the Northern Marianas Islands after Republican governors in those places chose to ignore the Prison Rape Elimination Act's requirements. The states had until last month to report compliance with the standards that would prevent and detect and respond to prison rape. Each state could forfeit around 5% of grant funds used for prison purposes. Indiana Governor Mike Pence responded to the threat, saying that the law would require the, quote, redirection of millions of tax dollars currently supporting other critical needs for Indiana. Apparently, stopping rape in prisons is not a critical need. Arthur, what are these states doing? Why is this such a challenge? And why is the Northern Marianas Islands on there?
Well, Mike Pence is saying, well, we're just spending our money on other stuff and we don't care about prison rape. We're fine with people being raped in prison, which of course has been people get arrested and the cops say, well, you're going to get raped in prison. It's just like a staple of our criminal justice system, and it's awful. Among the things that had been recommended were segregating 17-year-olds from adults, like keeping the kids away from the adults. And Rick Perry in Texas said, well, that's just too much work for us. We can't do that. So those are the kinds of recommendations that have been made and have been deemed too onerous by the governors in these states who are refusing to comply with this act. And it's not as if a bunch of policy wonks in Washington sat down one day and dreamed up this stuff, which is something Rick Perry had suggested they had done. It was a 2003 piece of legislation, and input had been solicited from states over the past 10 years. So it's sort of a head scratcher, particularly with Texas, why they wouldn't want to try to follow these recommendations for reducing rape in prison.